Ladies and gentlemen, I want to wish you a happy Friday. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we have some big, humongous news to break. It is the biggest news today. It is the biggest news you're going to hear today regarding Clinton emails. Let's go ahead. This is a really wonderful reporter, Jordan Skakdal, and he broke this story. So my super chat, thank you so very much. This is an enormous story. And it's something that everyone should be talking about, but of course, people are not. So he writes for the conservative review.com. Jordan Skakdal, wonderful reporter. Was it known before today that Hillary Clinton had been operating a successor server in addition to her compromised original email server? We're going to get to the Gohmerization. In a moment. Because Louis Gohmert, Congressman Texas, has stated categorically that the IG has already found that Hillary Clinton's emails, all but 4, were forwarded to a foreign entity. Again, we're going to get to the Gohmerization in a little while. A clip of Louis Gohmert. I'd call it the Gohmerization, but we'll get to a clip of him like destroying Strzok poo. But all of her emails, first of all, I wrote a book, but her top secret emails, it's being read. Well, a former Trump advisor has already read the book, and there's over 120 like 5-star reviews on Amazon. People still buy it to this day. But her top secret emails, I explain everything regarding the Clinton email scandal, but also exactly that when she traveled to she met the first 3 months. She met with Chinese and Russian officials. Her server was unencrypted. Now we find out that, was it known before today, Hillary had been operating a successor server in addition to her compromised original email server. This is from the FBI today. 3 minutes in, 400. We're going to have a good. Thank you, Liam Schick. Thank you, Liam Schick. But so this is Jordan Skakdal. He tweeted this out, but he also, this is photos from today's FOIA release from the FBI. This is an email to David Kendall, Hillary's lawyer, September 22nd, 2015. This is from the United States government. Imagine getting this, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine getting this email from the United States government. You and I would not be happy. Most people would be pooping in their pants. Clinton didn't care. Dear Hillary's lawyer, doesn't say that, Mr. Kendall. Dear Mr. Kendall, we are in receipt of your letter dated September 21st, 2015, which offers, among other things, access to what you have referred to as a successor server. To the server equipment previously produced to the FBI on August 12, 2015. Why would the FBI need access to a successor server? What exactly does a successor server mean? Based upon the FBI's investigation, we understand that this quote-unquote, they put quote-unquote, successor server is in the custody of and is being operated by Platte River. What? I speak a lot about Platte River, Dado Inc., and Butter Top Secret and Butter deleted emails. Both Platte River and Dado Inc. have her deleted emails. So this is a big issue, a big problem. This is a huge problem. Because if you have a server at an outside company, you have no clue what's going on. Zero clue. Because she had emails that were retroactively classified. Meaning that people at Platte River and Dado had not one iota of understanding about what would be classified, what would not be classified. Meaning that what Clinton did was this. She had her emails for 4 years, from 2009 to 2013. Right after, from 2013 to 2014, she went ahead and sent her emails to Platte River, then to Dado Inc. 2014 through 2015, she then deleted 33,000 emails. But for 1 year, from 2013 to 2014, I explain this in both books, what her top secret emails, but her deleted emails. You can go ahead in the description section. They're on Amazon, $3.99. You will literally know almost everything there is to know. Almost everything. About all of this insanity. From that time period, from 13 to 14, Platte River and Dado Inc. had all her deleted emails, all the emails before retroactive classification, almost certainly had her top secret emails as well. It was an email archive that she didn't realize contained top secret intelligence. And if she did realize, there's a big problem. Okay, again, she outsourced her emails to 2 tech companies. It's bad enough she had a private server in her basement, okay? But she outsourced her emails to Frank. Frank, what's up, HA? Just checked 5 different search engines and only you are breaking this to me at least. Good job. Thank you, Frank. Well, this is originally, Frank, I got to give credit where credit's due. This is Jordan Skekto. Jordan Skekto is the man. He writes for the Conservative Review, Jordan Skekto. I hope I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. But this is a picture. This is the FBI Freedom of Information request. Let this out. And you can go, the link is in below, but in the description. But Jordan Skekto, this is a photo of the FBI letter. We are in receipt of your letter dated September 21st, 2015, which offers, among other things, access to what you have referred to as a successor server, to the server equipment previously produced to the FBI on August 12th, 2015. Based on the FBI's investigation, we understand that this successor server is in custody of and is being operated by Platte River Network, Stone Tier, and that it, at least for some time, contain emails to or from Secretary Clinton's @Clinton email account, all classified, or a lot classified. We are concerned that, notwithstanding your repeated statements in oral and written correspondence regarding your client, Clinton, Hillary, willingness to cooperate in this matter, you had not raised the existence of a successor server or offered access to it prior to your September 21st letter. You see what's taking place? We remind you that this server is covered by the preservations letters written to and then the law firm and Platte River Network on July 30th, 2015. You see what's happening? And we request that you ensure that this server remain operational with a continuous power source. Good luck with that. That it's not plugged in or its operation otherwise interrupted. OMG. We also reiterate that the aforementioned preservation letter covers the equipment or devices, whether or not disclosed. The that contain emails to and are from the domain account clintonemail.com, including all equipment related to the server voluntarily produced to the FBI on August 12th, the Successor server and all related equipment, any other servers and all related equipment that received or sent emails from this domain account. Old backup. The Strzok is like done. Strzok is, that's it. All of them are going to get it. Forget about the Office of Professional Responsibility. This is bad news. You're talking Christopher Wray, you're talking Gina Haspel, all these people, all backup devices, including backup hardware, purchased from or maintained by Dado Inc. So now Dado Inc. is a part of this craziness. We will seek to proceed in a manner that causes the least amount of disruption to otherwise unrelated accounts and activities. We will make all oh, that's really nice of the FBI. I don't think the FBI would be so generous to other people. We will take all necessary and appropriate steps to obtain all such equipment and items. Just me. Thank you, Just Me. Thank you, Just Me, as always. The Docs Judicial Watch post to talk about them requesting Uma's emails. Uma's emails been transferred to the server at Platte River. How that was in there and redacted as a gift. Absolutely. The Docs, I'll get into that in a second. Thank you, Just Me. Thank you. The Docs Judicial Watch post to talk about them requesting Uma's emails being transferred to the server at Platte River. I have always stated at Platte River, and this is like documented, okay? My books are below. You can read them. They're being vindicated every single day. Judicial Watch is really the tip of the spear on all of this. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. If Trump did 1/10 of all of this. So then you have, this is really hilarious. Then you have Clinton's lawyer, David Kendall. This is from the FBI vault. Dear FBI, on behalf of former one would assume the FBI. Well, it says Department of Justice, so okay. So National Security Division. So dear somebody, one would assume, because it's redacted, at the National Security Division. This is from Hillary. On behalf of former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, I want to reiterate our desire to facilitate the security inquiry we understand this the department is conducting at the behest of the intelligence community inspector general into the storage of recently classified emails. What? We didn't know about classified emails until months later. So that's one initial question. Anyway, recently classified emails. Oh, well, okay. Gotcha. Okay. So very months into this, they found out that, yeah, okay. Even then, I don't know. Storage of recently classified emails at HDR 22 at clintonemail.com. Address, as you know, shortly after this inquiry was announced, we voluntarily provided a thumb drive. Oh, big deal. You also put a thumb drive in the mail. It's hilarious. Clinton did. Clinton, one of Clinton's aides put a thumb drive and a laptop in the mail. UPS, FedEx, we don't know. I think it's USPS now. And copies of the server equipment, which supported this email account during the Secretary's tenure at the State Department. I also shared with you that Secretary would voluntarily answer any questions you might have. Really? That didn't happen until Strzok poo. Should you need to address the Successor server for a time, hosted this address and Successor HROD17 at clintonemail.com address. So she had two addresses, HDR and then HROD17. She had HDR 22 and then she had HROD 17. So it's crazy. The whole planet hacked into Obama's government. President Obama, while he was presiding over the government, the whole planet hacked into because of Hillary. She's a sloppy drunk of crime. We also would be happy to assist you in regard consistent with maintaining the privacy of other email accounts that are not part of your inquiry. What does that even mean? In short, we want to facilitate the efficiency of this security inquiry. It's not a security inquiry. It's a criminal investigation, buddy. and look forward to learning from you if there are any ways we can be of assistance. Oh my God almighty. Oh my God almighty. Just me. Thank you, just me. Thank you. Wow. Wow. So she uses numerous different Agent Pepsi. This chat is like fresh air as I survived the Dem indoctrination at my school. Hillary doesn't care, nor the others, as political will is dubious. Absolutely. I agree with you. Agent Pepsi, thank you. Thank you as always from day one watching this channel. Thank you, Agent Pepsi. Thank you. Frank, thank you. Just me, thank you. So, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I've just to let you know, I've been telling you that big things are going to happen for well over a year and a half now. Just want to add that. Okay. So conservative view, the FBI released 70 plus blank pages in response to Freedom of Information Act request to Christopher Steele. Here's one. Then you have the Christopher Steele records. Surprise, Hillary's lawyers announced that there's a successor server that they can request access to. FBI is not thrilled with the revelation. We have no idea how many servers she was using. We just found out a new server right now. It is unbelievable. It is absolutely unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely unbelievable. So this successor server, I can't even tell you really if I know exactly what a successor server is supposed to mean. What would a successor server mean? Obviously, it's something else that was beyond what her compromise server was. So successor server. So this is a server in addition to her numerous servers that were compromised. So this is a Gateway pundit. Newly released FBI docs show Hillary Clinton's lawyers were negotiating evidence with Obama DOJ. The FBI released new documents on Hillary Clinton Friday showing her lawyers negotiating the DOJ with her successor server. Also known as the infamous Platte River Network server she treated with Bleach Pit. But she treated a whole bunch of them with Bleach Pit. And you have, I mean, Platte River, if this is a matter of the Platte River server that was then I explain a lot about the Platte River issue. So Platte River and Dado Inc. were storing all her emails. Nobody, it's the most ridiculous thing in the world. She had emails outside the United States government in her basement. Then she thought, I mean, if that wasn't bad enough, then she was like, well, why don't I go ahead and take all the emails This is really important, ladies and gentlemen, because I explained this in But Our Top Secret Emails, but her deleted emails, they're on Amazon, $3.99. You can, everything's backed up by information from just public record. She decided to go ahead and use a private server in her basement. Then she came up with the great idea of going to two cloud storage, well, one cloud storage company, Data Inc., but before that, one computer management, data management company, Platte River. Platte River would then store all her emails, but they would outsource. So she outsourced her emails to Platte River, and then from Platte River, it was outsourced to Data Inc. So then you have the issue of you have three locations where her emails went to: her basement, Platte River, then Dado, then of course everyone who hacked the emails. Senor Cisco is awesome. Sweet smell of Successor server. I love the smell of Successor server in the morning. So it's just FBI turns over more Clinton investigation file docs thanks to Judicial Watch. Absolutely. Includes pics of infamous Platte River Clinton server. Show Obama DOJ FBI kowtowing to Clinton gang lawyers. Exactly. So here we have the issue with Platte River is very interesting. Pretty much everyone, one would think that everyone. All right, so here's the FBI. Okay, so this is the Department of Justice, U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation. Look at that, from Peter Strzok to Acting General Counsel Priya Iyer to Peter Strzok. This is from Judicial Watch. FOIA request. Wow. In July 2015, the FBI received a Section 811 referral from the Inspector General of the Intelligence Community regarding the possible compromise of classified national security information. Wow. 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 That is amazing. Space Ghost 1! The Gohmerator brings interrogations to a new level. Is the crime Gohmertable? Then Gohmertize her. Space Ghost 1! Space Ghost 1! It is not only Gohmerizable, it is just, it's the definition of Gohmerization. D. Velasquez, I'm Mama V on Twitter, and that this is to you, probably not the only one. I'm so happy we're getting your take on this. If anyone can explain it to us, is you, HA. Thank you, D. Velasquez. Thank you so very much for everything you do. I know that you do a lot for veterans as well. D. Velasquez, thank you. Mama V, Twitter, okay. Thank you, D. Velasquez. Thank you. Space Ghost 1, thank you. So I'm going to tweet this out. In July 2015, the FBI received a Section 811 referral from the Inspector General for the Intelligence Community regarding the possible compromise of classified national security information. Her server was hacked, by everyone on the planet. So, pretty much clear cut right there. Pretty much clear cut. Her server was hacked by the entire planet. This is to Peter Strzok. To Peter Strzok. And he does nothing about it. This is May of 2016. He does absolutely nothing about it. He does absolutely nothing about it. This is so funny / sad / dangerous. Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do we have here? We have a situation where Peter Strzok is up the creek without a paddle, as usual. As usual. The guy is always up the creek without a paddle, and he's like, "How dare you? You owe me an apology." In July 2015, the FBI received a referral regarding the possible compromise of classified national security information. That's called the Espionage Act. So Space Ghost 1, D. Velasquez, that's called Espionage Act indictments. This is getting out of control. This is getting out of control. And it's the biggest issue, biggest espionage issue. It's much bigger than, this is much bigger than Aldrich Ames and Robert Hansen, because you know the extent of what they disclosed. That was actual treason. This is pseudo bizarre treason / who knows what you could call it. A deliberate attempt. Who knows what's going on? But we know that Clinton, even under U.S. Code 793F, should have been indicted. It makes no sense, but it then makes perfect sense because the whole thing was a cover-up. So, who knows what's going on? This is insane. It's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. The potential compromise was identified when, as part of a Freedom of Information Act request, the U.S. Department of State and the ICIG reviewed electronic communications from private email accounts previously used by a former Secretary of State. This is, mind you, this is what you want to know. What really sucks about this whole thing? This is all from 2015. The Yahtzee won. Hillary had 2 server setups in her basement, one 2007 Power Mac and two 2009 dual Dell server before she migrated to Platte River. On one of them could have been referred to as a successor. I'm not sure. I think they're referring the Yahtzee one to Platte River. The Yahtzee one, thank you. Thank you as always, the Yahtzee one. Thank you as always. So, I mean, that's the thing. It's like they knew. The problem with all of this is not only that they knew, it's that they knew right when it happened. So Charles McAuliffe, let's go ahead. We'll get to, so this is basically, Space Ghost 1, you want the Gohmerization? This is about, the Gohmerization is about to blast off right here. So Gohmert. Rocky Doop. So this is the Gohmerization, but this is the beginning of the Gohmerization. The beginning of the Gohmerization starts with him. So the whole thing, like before the whole, smirk and your wife and all that stuff. The initial thing was, you mean to tell me that you didn't follow up? Because he was told. So Strzok. So we find out today from Judicial Watch that Strzok was told. See, what happened was we just found out because President Obama didn't know. It reminds me of one of my favorite comedians, who is just a legend in my book, and just Chris Farley is just an amazing van down by the river. So he didn't know Hillary hacked. She makes great play of this word hack. Hillary is more like she was. Thank you, Space Ghost One. Thank you, Space Ghost One. Thank you, Space Ghost One. I call Hillary sloppy drunk. Space Ghost One. But this is actually the Gohmert. So this is Gohmerization 101.
Concerned about a hostile foreign power affecting our election. Do you recall the intelligence community Inspector General Chuck McCullough having an investigation into an anomaly found on Hillary Clinton's emails?
So I'm just going to go ahead and here's Louis Gohmert is vindicated right here. Louis Gohmert is the man. He has been vindicated with today's Judicial Watch FOIA request. By the way, tonight, 10 p.m. Pacific, I will have the honor of being at the Unity for J Vigil, Unity for Julian Assange. And I'll be speaking to Susie Dawson or Elizabeth Voss. I'm not sure. Either one. Both of them are two of my favorite people in the world. They're absolutely wonderful. And so anyway, so let's go continue with the Gohmerization of all of this. So the Yahtzee won, Space Ghost won, Space Ghost won. Yeah, Clapper is like, we wouldn't have done anything if it wasn't for Obama. Oh, did I say that out loud?
I do not.
So listen to this.
A hostile foreign power affecting our election. Do you recall the intelligence community Inspector General Chuck McCullough having an investigation into an anomaly found on Hillary Clinton's emails? I do not. Well, let me refresh your recollection. The intelligence community Inspector General Chuck McCullough sent his investigator, Frank Rucker, along with an ICIG attorney, Jeanette McMillan, to brief you and Dean Chappelle and two other FBI personnel that I won't name at this time about an anomaly they had found on Hillary Clinton's emails that were going to.
So the Successor server could have been exactly. So she could have. I mean, I'm not saying this happened, but she could have been. So Space Ghost One, thank you as always. She could have been sending her emails real time to either Platte River or, I mean, obviously they were hacked, but the issue of Platte River, the Successor server at 2015, it wasn't. So they made reference to Platte River. So, I mean, at 2015, you're talking about a server that, well, okay, then it's after the fact. So a server that she had all her emails on, Successor server, after she was in. So you have the issue here of a Successor server at Judicial Watch. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So you have a situation where it wasn't only her basement that was the issue. Her basement was only part of the issue. The issue here is that she now has a Successor server that she's using to store government information. So, to store government information before retroactive classification. See, the retroactive classification process The retroactive classification process took place after she had gone ahead, and it took place after she had finished her tenure as Secretary of State, after Platte River and Dado had her emails, after she was caught. Her initial response was, I never sent or received anything classified, not marked classified, certainly not special access program. Vet for 45, can you say hello to my baby girl, Amara? Thanks. Hello, Amara. Vet 445, thank you. Hello, Amara. Thank you. Hello, Amara. Have a great, great Friday. Have a great weekend. And thank you, Vet for 45. And thank you for your service to this country, and God bless you, and Amara. And thank you very much. Thank you, Amara. Or hello, Amara, and thank you, Vet 45. Hello again, Amara. Have a great, great, fantastic, fantastic weekend with your family. And so again, so this whole thing with Platte River is really dangerous. So she goes ahead, Madam Cyberhack Dummy goes ahead, and she has an email server outside of the U.S. government, servers, plural, in her basement, one at the State Department, I think, a whole bunch, all connected to her BlackBerry that the NSA said she couldn't use. But I explained in Butter Top Secret emails that the NSA met with Cheryl Mills. Like 6 or 7 representatives from the NSA met with Cheryl Mills. So they knew that she had, the NSA knew it, at least the NSA, Admiral Michael Rogers knew she had an unencrypted server outside the U.S. government. But the thing is, they knew, and it's like, well, not my problem. But the government, the way the government's like, not my problem, not my problem, not my problem. So even if the NSA knew, like, well, not my problem. Shala! Wow. Wow. Friday equals Friday night, 1985. Pizza yummy. Shala Collins. I did not. I'm going to have to check that out. I mean, I got to check that out. Shala Collins. Everyone subscribe to Shala Collins right now. I'm going to go to her channel. Go to channel. We're almost there. It's 2,000. She needs 3,000. Let's go, everybody. We have 881 people. By the way, if you want to buy a profanity alert shirt, it's down below. Anyway, forget about that. Here's Shala Collins. Here's her YouTube channel. Everyone, hit subscribe right now. We need 300 people out of the 882. So, Shala Collins, thank you so very, very, very much. The Yahtzee one has already subscribed to Shala Collins. Thank you. Friday night, that's right. You know, I love everything 80s, and Shala Collins also loves everything. She's beautiful inside and out. Shala Collins is awesome. Big, big voice of the walkaway movement as well. Thank you, Shala Collins. Everyone subscribe to her channel. Please, please do. Thank you for the info also, Shala. So, ladies and gentlemen, why would Hillary utilize Platte River Data Inc. And it just makes no sense. It makes no sense, and it's very, very, very dangerous in terms of national security. Paul Espinoza, so if Platte River has classified info on their servers, doesn't that mean that belongs to the United States government? Keep it up. But yes, thank you, Paul Espinoza. Absolutely. That's what's so bizarre. You know that, okay, so yes, Paul Espinoza, Yes. Do you know who, by the way, is after the Platte River CEO? A Texas congressman. So the Platte River CEO did not comply. Platte River Network CEO, target of U.S. House Committee request to prosecute. So U.S. House Committee Chairman asks Justice Department to prosecute Platte River Network CEO. So what Comey and Strzok did, so Paul Espinoza, this is a Denver Post article. Remember Stone Tier? Exactly. Hi, Lonesome Hillbilly. Thanks. Keep on. You're a great man. Thank you. Thank you. Exactly. Hi, Lonesome Hillbilly. So exactly. Stone Tier. Reddit Stone Tier. This guy goes on Reddit and he asks, oh, gee, I need help to delete a VIP's email. This is regarding the Benghazi emails that were subpoenaed. And just delete them. A congressional subpoena. Just delete them. Hi, Lonesome Hillbilly. Exactly. So hi, Paul Espinoza, and hi, thank you so much, both hi, Lonesome Hillbilly and Paul Espinoza. This is the article. This is for both of you and everyone here, obviously. Denver Post. U.S. House Committee Chairman asks Justice Department to prosecute Platte River Network CEO. Texas. This is what I wrote. I explained all of this in my book, Butter Top Secret Emails and Butter Deleted Emails. 2 books. On Amazon. They're in the description section. You can click on the link and read them. Literally, you can read them both. They're only 40-some pages. They're quick reads. Each of them. So Texas Congressman says Trev Salzo failed to produce documents, made false statements in Hillary Clinton's server inquiry. What Strzok and Comey and McCabe and all of them did was ensure that nobody knew the tentacles. Nobody knew how sprawling this was. That nobody knew how sprawling this was. This is a sprawling, never-ending. I mean, imagine trying to put toothpaste back in the inside the container. Ain't gonna work. It's already out. And you have a situation where this is huge. And it's never, ever, ever going to end. Ever, ever, ever. That's the issue here. Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server, okay, but not has faded for some time, but not for Platte River Network. So on Thursday learned a congressional committee wants the government to prosecute its CEO. Trev Salzo, the Denver-based IT management company, found itself in the middle. This is a Denver Post article. Let me go ahead and send it to you again. Denver Post article. So, I mean, you know, it's right there. So Space Ghost 1. A universal shout out to Justin Sider. Bill is off the hook. Okay. Thank you, Space Ghost 1. All right. So we have a situation that's really never going to end. And like, no offense to him, I've been telling you this forever. It's like, everyone tells me as if they always tell me, like, I'm like, this is going to happen. And they're like, you're an idiot. Well, I don't get any props, but I've been right about a lot. Okay, Hillary Clinton's, so the Denver-based IT management company found itself in the middle of the Clinton email controversy after taking the Clinton family as a client in June 2013, about 4 months after she left the job as Secretary of State. When the FBI began investigating whether Clinton improperly used a private server to send classified emails, it interviewed Platte River's employees who were also subpoenaed by the Congressional Committee. At that point, Platte River's response said they were cooperating with the FBI. Well, you're not. because you're not showing them everything. And see, the thing is, cooperating with the FBI. The FBI wasn't even cooperating with the FBI. The FBI wasn't even cooperating with the FBI. But the committee's work was not done. In Thursday's letter to U.S. What the heck? Here we go with this thing. Okay. In Thursday's letter to U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions, U.S. Representative Lamar Smith, Texas. Let's get his Lamar Smith, Texas.
Happy.
The Yahtzee won. Good that you are not discussing Q today. I got flagged today on another channel for alleged apostasy. You mentioned it. Now I have to talk about it. No, I'll refrain. The Yahtzee won. Thank you. I'll refrain. H predicted this. That's all I'll say. H predicted this. Congressman Lamar Smith, Texas. Where are you at? Congressman Lamar Smith at the center, in the eye of the storm. Let me go ahead and Congressman Lamar Smith. Congressman Lamar Smith. So there you go. So you have Congressman Lamar Smith. You have Representative Louis Gohmert. And this is all taking place right now. Christopher Wray simply needs to do his job. That's all he needs to do. Just do his job. Christopher Wray simply needs to do his job. This is all going down, ladies and gentlemen. And H predicted this. Thank you, Sergeant Peppa. Thank you. Thank you, Sergeant Peppa. Greatly, greatly appreciated. You've seen this. You know, I've read the Quran, actually. It's a beautiful book. Obviously, like every holy book, there's things you're like, what? But there's some beautiful quotes in there, just like the Bible, just like the Torah. You can find beautiful and scary quotes in the Bhagavad Gita, also beautiful. Toffee 20. Yes. You have won the internet with that. H predicted this. H predicted all of this. H. All right, so Congress, so all right, so I missed the super chat. Thank you, Eric H526. Thank you. 20-year. That's right. Wow. Crazy Eddie. Thank you. Omar Pena. They tried to stuff 5 pounds of. It's pretty much what they tried to do. Omar Pena. Thank you. Winners are looking at Trump. Oh my God. So this is all Successor server. So, okay. So Paul Espinoza. I mean, I'm not a genius, but you I can tell you right now, you're infinitely more intelligent than most people at the New York Times or Washington Post. So, I mean, I'm not a genius, but this kekatocracy is getting out of control, and Brennan is losing big league sessions. Trump, please, sir. A kekatocracy. Your kekatocracy will not be tolerated. So instead of cooperation, the committee was met with obstruction and a refusal to comply with subpoenas and requests for transcribed interviews. These actions taken together, as well as Mr. Salza's false statement to the committee made through the council, support the pattern of obstruction. So that's obstruction of justice. There's a crime. There's evidence. You have motive. What's the problem here? Hurry it up, Sessions and everybody else. So Platte River did not comply, and it's a big problem. It's a huge problem. Huge problem. Where's Lamar Smith? Where's Louis Gohmert? All right, so I went ahead and I just put Lamar Smith, Louis Gohmert, 2 congressmen. And that is pretty much exactly what Gohmert's talking about here. So listen up.
And from the private unauthorized server that you were supposed to be investigating. Now, do you remember it?
I remember meeting Mr. Rucker on either 1 or 2 occasions. I do not remember the specific content or discussions.
Well, I'll help you with that too then. Mr. Rucker reported to those of you, the 4 of you there, in the presence of the IG attorney, that they had found this anomaly on Hillary Clinton's emails.
So he's talking about, and this is the most important. This is the most important thing here. Strzok knew about this, and he was informed already. So check it out.
Going through a private server, and when they had done the forensic analysis, they found that her emails, every single one except for 4, over 30,000 of them, were going to an address that was not on the distribution list. It was a compartmentalized bit of information that was sending it to an unauthorized source. Do you recall that?
Sir, I don't.
Sir, I don't. I don't recall that her emails were ever forwarded in a compartmentalized fashion outside the United States government to a foreign entity. And frankly, sir, I am owed an apology from you. As you can see, I did not do what I was supposed to do because I needed to ensure Hillary would win. You know why I didn't do what I was supposed to do, so I deserve an apology from you. I will accept your apology. And of course I knew that Hillary Clinton's emails were hacked by the whole planet. She used an unencrypted server for close to 6 months. You think I'm stupid? I am obviously acting, and it behooves you to at least accept that I'm acting.
Well, he went on to explain it, and you didn't say anything.
No.
You thanked him, you shook his hand, but the problem was that it was going to an unauthorized source that was a foreign entity unrelated to Russia. And from what you've said here, you did nothing more than nod and shake the man's hand when you didn't seem to be all that concerned about our national integrity of our election when it was involving Hillary Clinton. So the forensic examination was done by the ICIG. They can document that.
So his whole thing, Gohmert's whole thing is, look, you really cared about foreign interference, but you didn't care when a foreign entity hacked Clinton's emails. One can only assume China, but it could have been a whole bunch of. She had hacking attempts from Germany, South Korea. I mean, the whole planet. The whole planet. it's almost certain that anybody who could have hacked in just hacked in. The whole planet. It's really not. It's not that it's like so difficult to hack into an unencrypted server. So, I mean, this is now we're getting into a situation where it's exactly. They do, John Smith. Now we're getting into a situation where it's just unencrypted. Everyone has access, and everyone knew. That, ladies and gentlemen, is very, very, very dangerous. And see, Strzok never asked the hard questions because and this is why I say be careful. When you are asking questions, you get to define a paradigm. Okay? Part of critical thinking is asking questions, but also part of critical thinking is ensuring that you ask your own questions, not if somebody is forcing you to answer their questions. Get it? Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, hint, hint, wank, wank. Don't want to get into the danger zone.
That. But you were given that information and you did nothing with it. And one of the things I found most egregious with Mr. Horowitz's testimony, and by the way, Horowitz got a call 4 times by someone wanting to brief him, leaving messages telling him about this, and he never returned the call. He had 500 pages of bias that he gave us, and then he threw a bone to the Democrats and said, but we can't find bias. And let me tell you, when you have text messages...
That's the prosecutorial decisions, but the prosecutorial decisions were made without all the evidence given to prosecutors. So there you go.
Mr. Strzok, the way you do, saying the things you did, you'd been better off coming in here and say, look, that was my bias. And you kind of get around to that a little bit when you say, hey, everybody's got political views. Those are called biases. And we all have them. And you have come in here and said, I have no bias. And you do it with a straight face. And I watched you in the private testimony you gave. And I told some of the other guys, he is really good. He's lying. He knows, we know he's lying. And he could probably pass a polygraph. It's amazing. No, this is my time.
Chairman, I'm sorry. I just want to
withdraw it.
This point of order.
No.
The gentleman will state his point of order.
A member of this committee just asserted that this witness, who is under oath and a former agent of the FBI, lied. There is no evidence that. I asked him to withdraw.
We withdraw it right now. You withdraw it right now. Okay? The only thing the Democrats have is Strzok lying, Comey lying, and Clapper lying, and Brennan lying. That's the only thing we have. We have no value system. We're going to get completely crushed in the midterms, and we're going to lose everything we have. We'll lose our pants. We'll lose our socks. We'll lose our, calzones, everything we have in 2020. So there you go. So I ask you to withdraw it. Withdraw it.
But he is not a member of Congress. It's not a violation of the rule. And just as you have been expressing bias through your members about what a hero...
There's not a single person on this committee who has ever characterized a witness.
Gentleman from Rhode Island.
Gentlemen, it's my time.
That's a
gentleman from Rhode Island will suspend.
No, the disgrace, what this man has done.
Gentleman from Texas will suspend for a moment.
There is the disgrace. And it won't be recaptured anytime soon because of the damage you've done to the justice system. And I've talked to FBI agents around the country. You've embarrassed them. You've embarrassed yourself. And I can't help but wonder when I see you looking there with a little smirk, How many times did you look so innocent into your wife's eyes and lie to her about these?
Mr. Chairman, this is outrageous.
Accountability of a witness
Shame on
always
you.
an issue.
Mr. Chairman, please,
You know, Chairman, this is intolerable. Harassment of the witness.
wrong with that. You need your medication.
Gentleman controls the time.
Well, I ask that the witness be permitted to respond.
Well,
You will be permitted. Sir, you will be
Did
permitted.
you ever talk to Hillary Clinton during your investigation besides the one questioning you mentioned? Before that or after that to this day?
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
He's
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
Jim Nadler, the best. He's making an point of order, Mr. Chairman. Hold on one second. Thundercats, Castle of Grayskull. Point of order. Rainbow Bright and Shaka Khan. And the Pointer Sisters. And Tears for Fears. I don't know. What do you want from me?
The gentleman will state his point of order. It is
He doesn't know. He's just making. He's like, we are the intelligence community. Democrats are a CIA operation. Give us a break. We're all lawyers.
I think, against the rules of the House
That's from Ghostbusters.
for a member of the committee to be impugning the character of a witness.
It is
He
not.
should ask questions to elicit. The purpose of this hearing is to elicit information. He should ask questions to elicit information. He should not be impugning the character of the witness.
The gentleman is advised the rules of the House only are directed to members of the House and the President of the United States.
Moted. You got moted.
Okay to impugn the character of witnesses in any way whatsoever.
And then Nadler has nothing, so then he goes. He asks the question again. So you mean to tell me it's okay?
Well, listen, I've heard many members on your side of the aisle impugn the character of somebody who is covered by the rules of the House. But the gentleman, the gentleman has 20 seconds left. The clock will be turned back on, and he can complete his time, and then the witness can respond.
So if you talk to Hillary other than
So there's no reach, no
Hillary
nothing.
Clinton, other than the time she was examined in front of the witnesses.
No.
So after throwing away what you have with all the bias you have, you've never even gotten a thank you.
You never even got a thank you. Wow.
The gentleman may respond.
Sir, well, that's quite a set of statements. and
Mr.
I'm not
Chairman,
quite sure
I
where
did
to
not
respond.
finish with a question.
The
There
gentleman.
was no question asked.
So basically, he's like, I didn't ask a question. What I did was deliberately explain this man is a piece of poop. I did not ask a question, so don't answer. Just take it, eat it, marinate, let it relax. Enjoy it. It never gets old. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to head on out right now. We have 714 people. And I will see you later this evening. I'll try to do a live stream before my Unity for Julian appearance. I'm very honored. And I just want to thank everyone here. Sean Spicer says QAnon is not legit. In the Reddit. It's awesome. Thank you. HS Navy veteran. Thank you so very, very much. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you all. Have a great, great, great Friday. Out of breath. Susie. Love Susie 3D. Yes. It will be tonight at 10 p.m. Pacific. This evening. Oh, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. God bless you all. Have a great, great, great day. I'll see you later this evening. Thank you again to my super chat. Thank you so very, very much.